Major flooding in the Midwest. Residents are bracing for the worst this morning as the threat of flash floods still remains very high. CBS News correspondent Cynthia Bowers is in Portage, Wisconsin right now to bring us up to date. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, Maggie. This earthen levee behind me is part of a series of dikes built mostly of sand way back in the 1890s. Sunday, parts of it began to erode or give way as people in the historic town of Portage are seeing this Wisconsin River at its highest level since 1938.
Here in Portage, the Wisconsin River reached 20.5 feet Sunday. That's even higher than the predicted crest, which forecasters said wouldn't come until later today. 300 residents were asked to evacuate, but those who stayed behind were trapped when local highways were shut down.
They told us that we had 10 minutes to get out of there because they're blocking off all the roads back there.
All this flooding was the result of extraordinarily heavy rains that fell across the upper Midwest last week, as much as 10 to 12 inches in some areas. In the western Wisconsin town of Arcadia, some folks were allowed to return to their homes, only to find their belongings waterlogged.
Phone calls from a few friends letting me know that flooding was occurring in Arcadia, so I got up and my house was already full.
Water and mud wiped out everything in Troy Filan's basement and garage, even his new car. Flood insurance will cover the damage, but money isn't always enough. This was his grandparents' pool table.
Sentimental, you can't replace that.
South Dakota, not far from Sioux Falls, saw its worst flooding in 20 years. Sunday, the Big Sioux River rose 2 feet above flood stage.
What went through my head was, boy, you better get all my stuff.
60 homes and 20 businesses were lost in tiny Zumbro Falls, Minnesota, when the Zumbro River crested over the weekend, sweeping more than 12 feet of water through Main Street.
I had, workers, and then they lost their job, their homes and everything.
The frightening thing here in Portage is that there is a portion of this dam that officials say is in what's called failure mode. If it does give way, 150 homes could be in jeopardy. So for now, it's just a waiting game to see when this Wisconsin water recedes and begins to ease some of the pressure. Residents will just have to wait and see, Maggie.
That is a scary thought. Cynthia Bowers in Portage, Wisconsin. Thank you, Cindy.